Okay, welcome Meisner family. This is our fourth session together today. I'm so happy everyone can make it back. So before we go and move on today, we're going to talk about everything stays confidential in here, and the only time that it doesn't is if there's a potential harm to you or anyone else outside the room. Okay, is everyone okay with that? Okay, so the last time we met, we had individual sessions, and I got to learn about each and every one of you on your own standards there. And so before we dive into those topics as a unit, I want to just get updates. How did this week go? Anything outstanding that you'd like to talk about?
Well, last week, Mia did have an altercation within school. We talked to one of her principals. She's slipping within her school work and activities. We want the honest answer, and we feel like we're not receiving that from her.
Okay. Pat, anything that you want to add to that?
Well, when I did speak to the principal, he had said that she's getting into fights. There's altercations between her and the other girls, and we're not understanding why. When we ask her, she gets defensive, she gets an attitude, and like my wife said, we don't know why.
Okay, so I'm feeling that there might be a little bit of the lack of honesty, or maybe a little bit of embarrassment. Mia, would you like to share anything about the situation?
I don't know. The whole thing's stupid. Those girls are just mean.
Okay. I sense a little bit of hurt in your tone, Mia. Did the girls say or do something that hurt your feelings?
They just made fun of me, and I didn't like it, so I stood up for myself.
Okay.
Which is good, honey. We do appreciate that you stand up for yourself.
I'm glad that you added that, and Mia, thank you for sharing. So I just want to get both of Mom's thoughts on the situation. Is there anything that you'd like to tell Mia to make her feel comfortable and sure that she's being heard?
Yeah, we love you, we care about you,
Like your mom said, we love you, we care about you, and I think that if there's anything that we can do, we want to do it.
We just want to know and help you and be there for you, honey.
And I'm sure through all of this, you want Mia to come home and feel comfortable and be included in family activities.
She's not doing that right now.
She's definitely isolating herself.
She's going up to her room and...
All right. Okay, so Mia, is there anything, does that make you feel a little more comfortable? Do you want to share a little bit more with us?
Okay. They made fun of me because I had two moms, and they don't understand our lives. They're just idiots. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, especially my mom's. So I stood up for myself, and I'd rather get in trouble.
Okay. Reactions?
Who are these girls? Do we know them? You had a couple people over last week.
Have they been to our house?
Yeah, we had to deal with some of this stuff when we were younger and your age. We didn't want that for you.
Okay, all right, so I'm hearing a lot of frustration and confusion throughout this whole situation, and it's completely understandable. And I think it's important to remember that Mia might be friends with these girls, or, it might be a friendship that she thinks is happening, but maybe we can work it out together and communicate together today and then build off from there, because then that way your communication as a family will improve, and then on top of that, we'll be able to learn and find an appropriate response to friends or family of friends that don't have the knowledge on same-sex marriages or relationships and things like that.
We just want her, to be comfortable in talking to us, and
Absolutely.
I don't feel like she is.
Absolutely, I completely agree. So today we're going to do an activity together. It's sort of like a word association game. So I'm going to give everyone a pad of paper, and I'm going to say a word. I'm going to say a word, and everyone's going to write down the first thought that comes to their mind. So the first word that we're going to go over is trust. So write whatever first comes to mind, and we will discuss it from there. Okay, does anyone want to volunteer to go first?
Sure. I picked family.
Okay.
I feel like there should be trust within the family, and I feel like that's where you first learn trust. Your family will always be there for you, and I believe trust is a very important thing to have within a family.
Right, the good starting point. I completely agree, and I think it's great that you guys are here because it'll be the first step forward in creating those bonds together. Okay, Mia, what was your word? So you associated trust with honesty. Why did you write honesty?
I think to be truthful, you have to have trust, you have to be truthful.
Okay.
And I think they should be truthful to me.
Okay. Is there something that you think your mothers aren't being truthful about?
My biological dad.
Okay. That is a big topic, and I think maybe not the right topic for today's session, but maybe once we get everyone's views on a separate basis, we can come back together and discuss it. Are both moms okay with that?
Yes.
Because I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, we weren't
before
really prepared for that one today.
Absolutely, it's a big topic and a big could be a misunderstanding on some sorts. So Mia, I appreciate your honesty in giving us the topic, but it will come up and you will get your answers. Okay. All right, Pat. You wrote loyalty, and so what did that mean to you?
Well, I feel that loyalty goes hand in hand with trust. When you are loyal to someone, you put all your faith in them and you trust that, things will be taken care of how they should be. And I think that, loyalty goes along with family. And like I said, honesty. So I think that they all kind of go hand in hand together.
Okay, great. I think that is a great word to use with trust. It will strengthen bonds, and it goes hand in hand with both of what Mia and Gloria wrote down. So thank you. All right. So does everyone like this game? Because we're going to keep going. I've got one more word. Two words. So sexual orientation. So write down your first thought or word that comes to mind when you hear sexual orientation. Okay. Pat, I'm going to ask you to go first. Okay, so equality. So what do you think when you wrote equality down?
So I wrote equality because I feel that no matter what your sexual orientation is, gay, straight, bisexual, I feel like everybody deserves to be treated equally. No matter what kind of family you come from, what kind of background you have, I think that everyone deserves to be respected.
Pat, I think that's such an important and perfect sentiment. I love that you shared it with me. I'm going to ask you to turn and tell Mia that to her.
No matter who you bring home or who you love, I just want you to know that we love you with everything in us, and we want you to feel like you're treated equally no matter where you go. So don't think that who you choose to love should be how you're treated by other people.
Okay. All right, Mia, let's see your word. So it says straight with a couple of question marks. What were you thinking when you wrote that down?
My childhood was filled with happiness and love. And is it okay if I'm straight?
Okay, I think that's a really good question, and I'm going to let both moms answer for me and look at Mia when we're talking and let her know how you feel about that question.
Honey, if you want to be straight, it doesn't matter. No matter, it's not something you really can choose per se. We'll get into that later. But if that's whoever you love, it doesn't.
We just want you happy, and if that's with the boy, that's fine. If it's with the girl, that's fine. All that matters to us is you being happy.
Mia, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right, good. Then last but not least, Gloria, what word did you write down? So acceptance. What were you thinking when you wrote that word down?
I wrote it down because I feel, I didn't really have that growing up with my family and this and that. It took me a while to get it, but I feel, with sexual orientation, whatever that means, that you should always accept yourself and have others accept you how you are. And I think that's something that you definitely need within yourself, acceptance.
Great. Okay, I think that was a really great activity. You guys did absolutely spot on with it. It's great. So before we end today, I just want to make sure that, Mia, did this help a little bit? Do you feel like you can trust and open up with your moms a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that actually brings us to today, the end of the session today. So throughout this week, work on that. Work on communicating, maybe having a conversation once you come home and sit at dinner. And Mia, just remember that some people won't understand, but it's how you react and how you control your responses is what's going to matter, okay? So great. I think we have a great start here, and I'll see everyone next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Everyone have a good week.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.